This Week in Science, 8th grade. Hello there, Crocker. Thank you for coming in and tuning in to my podcast. This is This Week in Science, 8th grade edition. This week's topic is natural selection. Made a slideshow. Look forward to a separate screencast where I go through those slides. It's a 5-line week. Let's take a look at our second line. It's CK12. I found 3 different plicks for you to work on. They're found in your CK12 classroom. A lot of you have already tried those out. Those things are plicks, and they'll count as Explore grades. STEMscopedia and Atuva accompany the brief amount of STEMscope assignments. I'm trying to keep this work a little bit light with the idea that we're going to be moving on to Bioman, which is not a STEMscope assignment yet. It certainly counts as an Explore grade. 3 STEMscope assignments, including, 2 STEMscope assignments. One is the STEMscopedia, right, which is the textbook. Once again, there are some things for you to be answering in there, all right? So this goes into Darwin, genetic variation. This should get an idea why we're covering what we're covering. It's taken me a few days to get through this already, and adapting antibiotics. So a lot of the topics that are in here should apply. Once again, there's not one answer for these last things over here. So be creative, but be accurate, please, when you're doing your STEMscopedia. Also, there's Atuva on the Galapagos Islands. I've assigned that one out to you as well. If you prefer to do the work on the worksheet, feel free to do it that way. You can, and then maybe scan it and send it to me, or you can just do the work right there on the computer. The Tuva, Galapagos finch populations and seed counts. Those are the 2 STEMscope assignments for the week. Then come the video questions and another assignment called Components of Natural Selection. Let's start off over here with our video questions. Our video questions count as like output for what we used to do with our notebooks. I found 2 separate videos on sea turtles, and we have some questions over here for you to answer. It's very similar to what you'll be doing on the next activity, by the way. And then some questions about the rock pocket mouse after looking at a video. Hopefully you'll know how to answer those questions. And then something on mutations. And there's a lot to be said about these questions. I really should have added a few more. However, remember, there's a big section on that in your STEMscopedia readings as well. The other assignment is called Points of Natural Selection. Some of this could be cut and paste. Some of this you're going to have to write the answers to. Population, so you're going to read the prompt, and then you're going to try to identify the 5 components in each scenario. All right, so you'll read this, like there's 2 types of worms that eat at night and worms that eat during the day. Those are nocturnal, diurnal, all right? Those are the population has variations. In that case over here, wait a sec, that sounds like here. Right? That would be that, so I'll copy that, and perhaps I could paste it there if I don't feel like writing. I know some of this you're gonna have to write though. I mean, some of these answers you're gonna have to write down, okay? So I'll pick a different font, space that out, make it look a little bit better. Now, like for instance, population will change over time. I'm going to have to write the answer because there's not anything in here for me to copy and paste. So I'm going to say in time, there will be, oops, this is not what I'm trying to do. All right, so anyway, hopefully you understand the point. Okay, so that's what we're doing on that. Let me just erase this, and we will move on to the next activity. All right, so now we have the last thing, and this is Bioman Snurfle Island activity. All right, so you'll click on that. You'll get my clues over here. You'll see where we're going to go. Fortunately for us, I've already opened this thing up. And when you open up the Snurfle Island, I wrote down some things over here for you guys to know, all right, before you actually play this game. All right, so we open this thing, and it's a lot of fun. I have to admit, I've really enjoyed doing Snurfle Island so far. I've kind of changed the rules, by the way, from the originality. So if you've already done this, you may have to go back and do a little bit more. There's a way to load a save game, all right, or you start a new game. So all you guys are going to have to start a new game. However, I do have a save game, all right? And I can put down not my email address, but I could write down my user. I could write down a unique username and a password. Just remember what it is. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to do anything like that. All right. Just, all you can do is screenshots. We're not going to go back and start making a new classroom for this. All right. Now, fortunately for us, I've already set this up. Oops. Okay. I think I'll just go back here and let's start this over again. Let's say we just start a new game. All right. So let's say I start a new game on this activity. This is like what I'm going to be asking you to do. And that's here. All right. So I hit no. I guess you could probably play this on your phones, so all your parents. First thing, you really want to read the background. All right. You definitely want to go through this background. It's really good. It's quick reading. Just please check it out. All right. Then you play the game. You're all going to have to take the quiz too. You're going to have to end up clicking on all 4 of these buttons over here. All right. So we play the game. You create a snurfle. All right. So if I want my snurfle to fly, dragon wings, I add that up to adaptation, but notice that costs me 80 survival points. All right. So this is by the flight. If I don't want to fly, if I change my mind, I need to hit remove adaptation and he's gone. I'm back down to 10 survival points. Let's say I want to breathe underwater. All right. I need gills. All right. I'm double clicking. It's not working. I need to click add adaptation. All right. Now he's got gills. All right. So maybe I want to maybe have web feet too, duck feet. All right. Usually, why not? Now he's got, notice his feet change. All right. Maybe I want a flying too. I don't know but these mutations may not be favorable. Now I've got 130. I don't really need to be flying. Okay. So if I wanted it for this, he stays warm in a cold environment. Look at, he's got, what I'm going to look like right now during quarantine. All right, so let's say I'm done. And I decide now I'm going to go try to pick which island I'm going to go to. All right, Fruity Paradise. All right. I got Aqua Caves, but there's more. There's down here. I got to go. There's more. Look at that. 3 more. The Vortex, Diverse Isle, Frosty Island. All right, so you need to read, so you can always go back. You say, look, I got the wrong adaptation. Okay, Lava Caves, Desert Isle. I want you to go to all of these, by the way. You're going to all of them, all right? You don't always have to be super successful, but you need to get at least 400 points after going to all 8 of them. The bonus, you don't get bonus points for the quiz. You take the quiz after you've done everything. Aerial Island, Floating Fruit, and then over here, Predator Island. All right, so let's say, you decide to take your duck feet and you decide to go with your duck feet, all right? And being a good swimmer, where am I going to go? What better place but a desert? All right, let's go to a desert and let's see it's an island, right? Remember, everything's an island. So I'm born with duck feet. Okay, look, there's food. So I jump with the space bar. Okay, and I'm jumping with the space bar, then I'm just hitting those arrows back and forth. All right, and hello there. What are you doing? Okay, so it doesn't help. I'm going to jump. Watch this. I'm going to jump over the snake with my web feet. Whoops! I'm going to jump over the snake. Oh no. This was not a very good adaptation for living in a desert, boys and girls. So let's go back to the main menu. Let's do this again. I can reach it. Now I got 2 options. I can go to a different place, or I can change my adaptations, or I can maybe figure out a better island. All right, so if I want to go to a different island, I hit undone, and I pick my island I want to go to. Now, maybe there's a better place, better suited for adaptations such as me. All right. Like, for instance, this place over here with a whole bunch of water, Aqua Caves. Aqua means water in another language. So I'm going to pick that one, in case you didn't know that. I got a piece of fruit. Notice I have 10 points earned. I'm competing for survival and I'm glitching. All right, here we go. I'm competing for survival against that Smurf. That Snurfle. So I'm moving, I getting stuck. Very exciting here. I got predators after me, and somehow my screen's not in the right spot. There we go. Okay, and I'm up to 50 points, but I need 60. And my biological clock is ticking. What is going on? I'm gonna get this ad out of here too. Right? This is so much easier on my home computer. I just hit the wrong button sometimes. Oh, I see what the wrong. I gotta click on that. All right, there we go. Now I'm back in action. Now I'm swimming. Fortunately, I don't have to hold my breath because I have gills. Now I can try to tempt fate That fish will kill me. I've learned my lesson. I'm just going to come over here, eat that fruit. Biological clock is not my friend. There's a lot of, I could have eaten fruit down there. This is really irritating. I could have eaten fruit down there. I'm just not as gifted with these computer games, maybe as some of you. That fish is glitching. Oh, great. After all that, fortunately, boys and girls, let's see what happens if I go to the main menu now. When we go to my score sheet, let's what happens. I didn't get a single point. Good news is I've already played this before where I ended up saving a game and look, I got 70 points. 70. All right, because I was able to successfully make. I'm not going to go back through this. Hopefully you guys can go through this. You'll figure this thing out too. All right. You need to end up with 400 points at the end of the day. 400 points. I hope that yours isn't glitching like mine. If your Chromebook glitches like that, do it on your own computer. All right. On something else, but I'm sure it won't be that bad. I'm just probably pushing the wrong buttons as I'm making the screencast. Let's see. So, and then you also have to take the bonus quiz. And I'm hoping you can get at least 75% on that quiz. Whatever it says bonus, you don't have bonus points. The game score points, what I need to be 400 for to get full credit. Have fun. Don't get too frustrated. You got a week to figure this thing out. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the main menu. And so the quiz is here. So you got a Snurfle quiz. All right, so a lot of fun. I think you're going to enjoy this thing as much as I did in terms of getting at least one of those things right. Okay, so that is This Week in Science, kids.